So as promised, this is my first video of 2023, and that is a very big deal to me. I'm not really one for New Year's resolutions, but I am one for fresh starts. And I always loved the first day of school for that reason. I always loved new beginnings, fresh calendars. I just got my new planner, all of the things. And resetting this home office definitely fell into the category of a fresh start. I have been a full-time YouTube creator now for going on 3 years. I've had a YouTube channel for 5 years, and I spend a lot of time in this office, and I just had not taken the time to really press pause and completely reset. So Scott really was a huge help, and we have spent the last 6 days really redoing this space. I edited, I cleaned out, we reorganized, I got new shelves, I moved. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to show you what we've done over the last 6 days, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to chat about what I learned and what I'm excited about in 2023. Okay, so let's start with the problem. It was just out of hand, you guys. There's no other word for it. I'd been working too long. I was not editing as I went. Things were thrown everywhere, unfinished projects. And both physically and mentally, this was starting to weigh on me. And as I was filming Vlogmas, it just became so abundantly clear that this had to be our first project of 2023. And so I realized the problem and I got straight to work.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day and it will set you free.
You know how I'm all about like full disclosure when I start and try to end these projects. So here's where we are right now. Now, the good news is that has all been cleaned out, but here's where we are. So, yeah, baby steps. I'm on the floor going through stuff. So just so you know, just because someone has worked as an organizer on a professional level, just because someone has advised other people on how to organize their spaces, that doesn't mean that when we go to organize our own spaces that we don't have to put in all the same exact amount of work that you do, or that when something does not get maintained, that I don't have to go through all this. Ideally, I would have maintained this more regularly. But to be honest, this business has grown so quickly in the last 5 years. And when I moved into this office space, I could have had no way of knowing what was next. So we're just going to have some grace, because don't you feel like we always want to think that we should have known? But how could you know? How could you know? How could you know what was going to happen with, this situation at work, or a situation in your marriage, or a situation with your family, or a loved one having to move in with you, or a loved one moving out, or whatever the case may be? Life changes all the time, and our spaces get to and should rise up to meet the challenge the same way that we do. But that does not mean that that comes without some work and some just stuff. You just got to do some stuff. So back at it. Okay, you guys, I took these doors off all by myself. Truth be told, all they were was unscrewing that, and then the doors just came right off. I'm so happy right now. Obviously, we will keep them because when and if we go to sell this house, or someone does, we're going to want doors back on there. But I'm going to get curtain panels to hang in here instead. So I can still hide away the clutter, but it will not take up as much floor space and it just won't be as clunky. And also the fabric will help with the echoiness of this room. So there you go. Just a little reality. This is where we are. Every single time you do a project like this, friends, it is going to be way worse before it gets better. I don't necessarily recommend taking everything out and throwing it on the floor, but I was just having a moment and that seemed like the easiest way to make sure that it would actually happen. I have found random pictures and a cassette tape of my son's first heartbeat, which we recorded in the doctor's office at 12 weeks. We did not know if it was a boy or a girl, and my in-laws took to calling him Henry Louise. But if you want to know how we used to do it, they had asked us to bring in a cassette and they recorded his heartbeat. How I would play this now, I haven't the foggiest idea, but these are just things that you find. So obviously that is going in with memorabilia, but I'm, not sure. It's 2 days before Christmas, by the way, as I'm filming this. Didn't really mention that part. I might not be a mentally well person. Okay, so we'll just get back after it now. Bye. Guys, it is the end of day one with this project, and I'm stunned at how much I was able to accomplish. Now, keep in mind, I threw away a huge bag of stuff that was just trash. I have destashed a few things, and I also have a huge pile that is for donation. So I'm just going to hang a regular curtain rod here, and then there will be panels in front. So to be honest, for the most part, I'll probably have it open, but then when I'm filming, I can go ahead and close it up. So yeah, I'm really happy. Okay, so I bought these panels off of Amazon. Obviously, I need to iron them. But I bought the thicker, like blackout curtains, even though obviously I don't need blackout curtains here, but because I wanted something that on camera would read a little bit heavier weight. And also that would be, you wouldn't be able to see through it. It's very, very neutral. That is on purpose. And, so I'm excited to steam these. The curtain rod and the rings won't be here for a few days yet, but I'm actually very happy with the quality on these. $38 for both panels. I will link them below. And yeah, really happy with that. And I think that the whole neutral thing, so that way over time, like if I want to film something, I'm still, as we are aware, I hate the color of these walls. That's why you never see these walls in a video, but the room is just massive and the ceiling and the walls are all painted the same color. So we're gonna live with the color of the walls for probably another year. This year, 2023, my hope is to get all of the flooring redone in our home. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it might. So yeah, still really happy. That is something that needs to be mailed. And always Scooby, just always Scooby. And the dog's bed is still intact so that no one worries. Okay, you guys, I am so excited because my whiteboard came. Now, do you call this a whiteboard or a wipe board? The actual term is whiteboard, but I've heard people say whiteboard before, which is interesting. So you would have no way of knowing this about me, but I am a whiteboard junkie. I love using whiteboards. I love to use them for goal making. I love to use them in Zoom meetings, and I've not had a big one for a minute. So I ordered this off of Amazon. I'm going to put it together and I will let you know what I think. Okay, so honestly, aside from this video, you're probably not going to see this whiteboard, but I did want to show you guys just how big it is. And Clearly we're not. Let's just erase those because I don't love those. Let's make sure those erase really easily. Oh, they do. Oh, it just makes me so happy. But the first thing I'm going to do with it is with my team, we're going to talk about 2023 goals. My team is literally me and Annalise, so won't be too hard. I might run it by my husband and one of my kids that helps me too. But I love it because it's magnetic and it's huge and all of okay. You guys ignore my hair and lack of makeup. It is.
Look how little that is.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Scott's using a level on his cell phone. He's very excited. Ignore this. This is for a future packing video, but we're hanging the curtain rod. So that seems like a simple task, but we're not, these types of things tend to stress us out. I don't know why, but he hates it. He hates it, but I'm not going to hire someone to hang a curtain rod. We can handle it. We can do hard things. So the curtains are here. I'm going to need, this is like day 4 or 5 of this project. I've lost track. I just brought Scott up here to help me with this. He said, I have done so much in this office, and it's true. He said a different word before so much. He said so much something, which I won't repeat because family friendly, but he's got his little stud finder. So, you know, it'll probably work out. Probably. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
He loves working for me. Don't you, dear?
Don't call me, I'll call you.
And just like that, it's up. So I've got these little rings with little clips, and I'm going to iron the panels, and then we're going to see how they look. I'm kind of excited. It's all coming together. Woohoo! Okay, so my plan is to steam these again, probably tomorrow or even the next day. You know how it is when you get stuff from Amazon. I probably should just take them down and iron them, but I like the way it looks better with the steam. And I do feel like the top came out pretty nice, but I feel like if I let them hang for a couple of days, a lot of the wrinkles are gonna just kind of fall out on their own, and then I will go over them one more time. So I did a kind of a, like, that's uneven, I can see, but I'm not going to worry about it right now because I've looked at it enough and I didn't exactly measure, but I tried to do a little bit of a tuck at the top so you get a little bit of, you know, a higher end feel. These will just slide really easily. So when I'm not filming, these will be open because that way I can have access to all of my stuff. And then when I go to film, obviously I can just hide it away. So I am really happy with that. And I wanted to show you guys a few things in this space that were super helpful for me. Labels are huge just to help me with my brain. So having these labeled, this first one's labeled Disney. So this is my mini ears, a couple of Disney bags, different things that I might pull from when I'm actually doing a video or maybe for a packing video. In this drawer, I have electronics. So this is keyboards. This is like the little spit screen thing, the electronic screen cleaner, some things that go with my lighting. In here, I have all of my stationery and journals. By the way, someone remind me, I do not need any stationery, nor do I need any journals. And then down here, I have general office supplies. So this is just things that I use daily. I wanted to just show you. These are actually, let me see, I thought I put them down here. Oh yeah, I did. These are from Amazon, and these are, I'll link them below. Aveli is the name of the company, and they are magnetic dry erase labels. So not only do these, and I hurt my thumb putting something away. So, you know, that's just such is life. Not only are they dry erase, but they also are magnetic. So that's really helpful. And you can stick them on anything magnetic. The Alpha drawers are all magnetic. So that works out really, really well. And I also, if you'll notice, this is such a great rule of organizing. have some empty bins, have some empty drawers, make room for ducklings, or make room for growth. You're going to have more things you're going to need to store. So no matter what you're organizing, if it's a closet, if it's a pantry, if everything is packed to the gunnels, you need to do more editing because you want to have some empty spaces. So I have this bin completely empty. I have some bins empty down here. Couple of those boxes up there are empty, and I have room for growth here. Obviously I've got some empty space here. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Once my filing cabinet gets here and I can file, all of this needs to be filed away and all of that needs to be filed away, I'll feel a little bit better. But overall, this space I think is going to work really, really well for me going into 2023. Okay. So I spent a little bit more time just, sprucing things up today. This is my last day of work on this project. Tomorrow I'm going to film the full room for you guys, but I actually spent, almost 2 hours in this space, sitting at my desk, working in my planner, making plans for next year, really focusing on where I want to go with the channel, where I want to go with the business. And I am a firm believer in that the spaces that you do your work matter. And it's not that I haven't taken my work seriously up until now. I totally have. But I think part of me was still kind of holding on to it more like a side hustle or a hobby and not like a job. And it was definitely time for me to take this workspace into the zone of dedicated workspace, job, having serious tools for a serious business. I always say this, and I'm sure someone smarter than me said it originally. I don't know who it was. Never take yourself too seriously, but take your work very seriously. And I take my work seriously. So I feel like my space is now a better reflection of that. So I'll be back it'll be tomorrow for me. It'll be just a second for you. And we'll do the full tour, and I'll give you my final thoughts and show you everything that I did in this space. So because I am such a creature comfort person, my environment is so important to me. I need to feel like the space reflects my personality, but I also need to feel like it's clean and orderly and easy for me to maintain. And I really feel that I've accomplished that now in this office space. I'm so glad that I didn't rush through it, that I really took my time, thought through what needed to be in this space, what I wanted to be in this space, and made sure I added a few little things to really make my work life as convenient and fulfilling as it possibly can be. I'm in this office physically working between 15 and 20 hours per week. And so that's a lot of hours. And I wanted it to be a place that I enjoy being, that my family can come in and chat with me while I work, and that just feels like me, but also feels like home. So this project has made me feel lighter. It has made me feel optimistic. I'm so excited about the year ahead. I actually feel like this space has grown, and I know that it didn't. I know I didn't remodel or add any square footage, but it feels bigger and lighter and more expansive, and like the perfect place for me to dream, for me to meet with clients, for me to do live streams with my patrons, for me to film videos for you. And I'm just feeling happy and joyful in it. And really, what else can we ask for a space aside from that? I've made changes that will not only be practical for me, but also make me feel more at peace. I've talked in the past about how I struggle with anxiety, and my space is so important to me. So why it took me this long to really clear out and reset is anybody's guess, but I think it will do so much for me moving into the new year, so that I can create for you guys, so that I can do my business, build everything that I'm trying to do here. And it's all within my home, and it makes me really, really happy. And yes, it brings me joy. So I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like these kinds of videos. I would love it if you would give this video a big thumbs up. And whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.